Live from Shadowmere Studios, it's TalkyBox. This show is intended for a mature audience.
It's true.
Extra mature, like Granny's Plus.
Right?
Yeah, we like them old. You know, the older the berry, the sweeter the juice.
What?
Is that true?
Yeah.
I think the older the berry, the more alcoholic it is.
No, I'm pretty sure that's a colloquialism. The older the berry, the sweeter the juice.
What locally is it?
It's one of those loquials.
One of those damn locals.
Yeah. It might be from Friday. I might have stole that joke from Friday.
Joe Friday?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Bob
No,
Tuesday?
With Ice Cube.
Uh-huh. Cool.
You lost
Anyway,
me.
so this is TalkyBox. I'm Dave. With me is Jason. There's also an audio portion of this, so you might want to,
I committed to the bit earlier with the Friday, and you guys both act like y'all ain't never seen the movie Friday.
Now we just stopped caring.
All right. Well, I'm Jason.
That was Jason, and then Justin.
Hi.
Yeah. So,
In case you don't know who Jason is, it's me.
if this is the first time they've heard the podcast, if they're doing the audio version, not the video version, it's important that they know the voice to the...
All right. But what if I change my voice to your voice later?
Try it.
Try it.
Nope.
This is Dave. I'm Dave. Rah, rah, rah.
That's chilling.
Right? I nailed it, didn't I?
I thought it was me.
All right. I
Got
thought it
really
was-
confused there for
Yeah.
a second.
I do that in the shower sometimes.
I bet you do.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, so it's,
Jeez, Pete.
what's this, 28? Is this 28?
Yeah, episode 28, yeah.
Holy crap.
We're over halfway through a year of doing
Right?
TalkyBox,
I know.
That's 27 plus hours.
plus this one.
That's the
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah.
We're on the plus
We're
side
on the
now.
plus of it.
And we're not including all of the hours that we clipped out when we were only audio.
Right. It wasn't hours. I mean, maybe 20
no,
minutes.
No, it's become hours at this point. We would leave it running for hours.
I love the
Oh, you
high
mean that?
pitched,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
the high pitched disagreement. Where you don't really.
I disagree.
And there was like the 2 or 3 sort of semi-episodes that we recorded and just never put on because it sounded like shit.
Yeah, and the openers are very first
Yeah.
episodes that were like,
we were trying to figure out how to make this equipment and everything work.
yeah.
And it didn't.
It was like
No.
a speak and say. I'm pretty sure we were recording through a speak and say.
Yeah.
Like the cow says, "TalkyBox, everybody."
Listen, it worked.
Yeah.
We got 'em
You got to
all.
pull the cord to keep it going. Like every 5 seconds,
There was-
Dave's off camera.
Yeah, there was a
pulling
hand
that-
crank that we had to
pulling
use.
that cord. It was delightful. Catch it on some of the earlier episodes.
Yeah.
Go back
Yeah,
and just listen.
Listen for that hand crank
Yeah.
and that cord pull.
yeah. Go back and watch them all. So some unfortunate news in the world. We have lost another Hollywood star.
Oh,
Yeah.
we sure did.
I mean, it's unfortunate because Hollywood, they get bigger and bigger as the world gets bigger,
Right.
and they bring on more and more famous people. So as time continues to tick by,
Like it does.
as it has
Yeah.
and shall, more and more famous people are gonna start dying.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to continue dying.
They're probably started dying already.
Yeah.
I think we've already said this. I mean, we've had this discussion about how we are going to simply lose more and more people every year
Right.
that we
Yeah, I mean,
recognize.
we had a 2016
Right.
in memoriam.
Well, in case this is
A
their
bunch of
first
religion.
episode and they don't recognize my voice, I
Right.
like to reiterate some points I've made in the past 27 plus episodes. So one of
Made
those
a lot of
points is
People die.
people die. Powers Boothe, may he rest in peace. That's why I wrote Hail Hydra, because I'm not really into the whole supporting patriotism kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
Hydra is a global organization, above.
That came from Nazis.
I mean, a lot of things came from Nazis. Tanks, Jeeps, all kinds of stuff. Volkswagen, Mercedes.
Tanks and Jeeps did not come from Nazis.
Oh, man, yes, they did. Planes.
I think they made some. I'm pretty sure they made
Yeah.
some.
And they pushed the envelope on a lot of that war tech
Yeah.
because all the
I mean,
killing that they were doing.
They did a lot.
They were, oh, man, they were killing a lot of folks.
But they also got into a lot of the what do they call it? Like the occult. They got big into occult in the
well,
Nazi
according to
Germ-
Captain America and the Hydra.
No, I mean in general, like
That's
Hitler.
true.
Hitler had a division for studying the occult, and he was actually trying to develop like a team of superhumans
Isn't that just something that they say to sell bullshit documentaries?
No, it's true. He had a division of the occult.
I mean, you're saying it like
no, it's true. Listen. It's
check
true.
out my swastika, okay? It was there.
All right. I feel like I need to put this to rest.
Yeah. Go ahead and Google search that. Ask Jeeves.
Nazi
Tell him.
occult.
I wonder if Ask Jeeves is still around.
It's Ask now.
It's ask.com.
Yeah.
They got rid of because they were like, oh, all these butlers are offended as shit. we gotta politically correct this
We gotta
website.
take Jeeves out of it.
We gotta take the Jeeves.
Yeah.
Is it Jeeves with a V?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Jeeves.
Jeeves. Yeah.
That's probably why I never asked the guy. I was always asking Jeeves with a B, and he didn't know anything.
Hey, Jeeves, what you know about this?
I know you got the wrong website, motherfucker. That's what it said every time.
What you got? You got information?
It's a lot of information referencing a lot of different things, and it does not have a clear. I'm going to sit here and read this really quick answer. I'd have to read over the article.
No, it's all made up.
It's on the internet though,
Right.
so it's gotta be true, right?
Yeah, especially the Wikipedia parts.
Yeah, I mean, you see how I'm still scrolling?
I'm
I'm still scrolling.
seeing that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Because remember Indiana Jones? Like, they wouldn't have lied to us. Like, Spielberg, I mean, he's Jewish. He wouldn't lie about Nazis.
No.
All right, so
What would be the
obviously they were into the occult. They had, like, the Ark of the Covenant. They were walking around with that bad boy, and then Harrison Ford showed up, and he's like, "Yeah, let's open it, but not look."
yeah.
Don't look.
That's how it gets you.
Look,
That's
don't
one
touch.
thing I always thought was funny about that movie is that if Indiana Jones wasn't in that movie, everything would have been fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Like he had nothing good.
Good came from
Like,
him being there.
The Nazis wouldn't have found the Ark if he hadn't figured it out.
Mhm.
And then there was no point in him.
The
being there at
moral
all.
of that story is that archaeology should not exist. Is that all it does is create evil. Evil men use archaeologists for their own purposes, like Lara Croft.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
She's retrieved many a bad things for some bad people.
all
that's
right.
true.
Not realizing it.
So that's what the modern archaeologist, their job is basically mercenary. Like, go into this relic place, this Chinese
Relic
temple, and and steal some shit from me so that I can be more powerful.
I need to find some dinosaur bones with DNA. I'm making some dinosaurs. Go out there and fetch that for me really quick.
Guess what I just found?
What'd you find?
Was it a shard of
A
glass?
little shard of glass from where Justin broke the TalkyBox frame.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Technically, I never came in direct contact with it.
No, you just shook the table and it fell over and shattered again.
Well, I think we need a better frame.
Hey, I paid a good $3 American for that frame.
Well, I hope the American dollars were good.
And
Yeah,
if-
they were kind of wrinkly, but
Well, then
Now,
maybe
did
you should
try
think about the
did you try
crispness
the
of your
less
dollar
than $3
bills.
store?
no, I didn't. I tried the Walmart. Yeah,
Yeah, they're the slightly above $3 store.
Yep, that's where you went wrong.
You got to go to one of the off Walmarts.
yeah.
One of the we take the stuff that fell off Walmart's
Like
truck.
the Walmart,
Yeah. The dollar.
the Walmart.
Yeah, the Wall General. But yeah, so Powers Booth, may he rest in peace. Give us a
Yes.
rundown of all the things. You're the IMDb database.
All right, well, let's see here. Some of the things that I've found on Mr. Powers Booth. He has been in a number of
I said
films.
DB database. Nobody. whatever.
Yeah, you're a DB.
That's
all right.
cool. AF as fuck.
All right, well, he's been in several movies of great acclaim. More recently, some of the younger generation might know him from the Avengers movie and
Right.
from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Hail Hydra.
the Hail
It's all
Hydra,
about
yeah.
That, yeah.
He was also in Sin City.
That's true. He was
Yep.
Mayor Evil.
Yeah, Senator Rourke,
Senator
Mayor
Rourke.
Evil.
Yeah, that's what did I say? Mayor McEvil.
Yeah.
The wrong thing.
He had the yellow boy, right? Didn't
I
he have
think-
wasn't the yellow boy his?
Maybe.
I think the Yellow Boy was
The
in
Yellow
fact
Bastard?
his. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yellow Bastard.
Yeah, the little golem looking kid.
He was also in Tombstone.
Was
Also in Tomb. Yes, he was.
Who was
was
he
he
in
was he a
Tombstone?
cowboy?
He was Curly Bill Brocious.
Huh.
Curly Bill Brocious. And he was also in one of my favorite movies that is, I feel underrated, is Frailty.
Yeah,
He was in Frailty, FBI agent Wesley Doyle.
that the one with Matthew McConaughey?
Yep.
Okay,
Matthew McConaughey, Bill Paxton.
Yeah. Speaking of Hydra members who have
Bill
passed recently,
Yeah.
and I forgot that they were actually in Frailty together. So
And also
maybe-
Tombstone together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a different connection. Maybe it's not the Hydra connection. Maybe it's like the Wyatt Earp connection.
It could be the Hydra connection. That's probably how they got in all these movies together.
Yeah.
Hydra has its
Turned your
tentacles and
theory on the
everything,
head.
right?
Oh, that's true.
Turned your theory on its head. There it is.
On
Cracked this
its
case.
many heads.
Cracked this case wide open.
Cracking this case.
I see what you did there.
Hate
Yeah.
everybody.
Many heads cracking. I can do this all day.
Please
I
stop.
am
Please stop doing
loaded with verbal abuse. I will hurt our listeners at home. Drown them in puns.
You will?
I will.
You have.
I will go to their
Already.
homes. I will go to your home. You subscribe right now, motherfucker.
Man, it is
I'm
getting
sorry.
dicey.
That was rude.
That was aggressive as shit.
I shouldn't.
That was
I shouldn't
very
have acted
aggressive.
that way. I
Aggressive
apologize.
AF as fuck.
But seriously,
Ugh.
subscribe.
Don't
for
make
me.
that face at them.
Right.
Uh,
Or that one.
I'm so precious.
Or that one.
that is a word.
I put the door in adorable.
Doesn't make sense.
I know. It's awesome. Oh man.
What are you writing over there?
The door
Bad
adorable.
things about Jason?
The door in adorable. See? Justin likes to write down all the nonsensical things that I say.
Yep,
in
for good
case
reason.
He can use them as a title later.
Yeah, or ridicule you mercilessly with
Or
them.
or like bring it up when you're supposed to be a wingman.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be your wingman tonight.
Remember that time you
Hey,
said you
let
were
me-
the door and adorable?
Let me bring up some of the funny things you've said.
And by
Classy
funny.
lady.
Has that happened before? Have y'all done that?
No, but it would be great.
Can you start? Can you start doing that, please?
It would be
So how
great.
do you feel about lighthearted sexism and racism? I got some real jewels from Jason.
Justin usually puts me in the wingman position.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, because I'm old, he just assumes that I've given up. And so he's like, I got a shot, man. Why don't you wingman for me? Like,
Yeah.
oh, way to just blast me right out of the swinging singles water.
It can be cooperative.
If there's two
can
girls.
be,
It can be.
right? I don't generally prefer it that way. I mean,
See, there you go, ladies.
Yep.
Sexism.
gross.
Don't be gross.
Let's see. What else? There were other things that we were going to talk about. I
There are
sent y'all a
plenty of
memo. I mean, it was a text.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was
Here, I'll
kind of.
pull it up.
All right, so you know
Yeah.
what? All right, let me pick something up the top of my head. If you could pick a favorite planet,
Right?
what would
Oh,
it
that
be
was
and
one,
why?
yeah.
No, don't. He's
But not Earth. Can't be Earth.
don't pick
It can
Earth.
be.
That's like picking your mom.
No,
on
he
favorite,
said it can't be Earth. It was in the
favorite
text.
woman. You're like, you can't pick your mom. Of course, it's your favorite.
You can
mom.
pick your nose, though, right?
You can pick your nose.
Yeah.
You can pick your friend's nose if they're cool,
Yeah, as long as they don't mind it.
or if they're asleep. That's real funny. You get some photos of
Or if
that.
they're really weird.
How many things can I put in their nose while they're asleep? Like,
It's a short number.
It's the different, because before in the old days it was all about drawing penises on people, right?
Right.
But that way the evidence would last because people didn't have just cameras on their phones that they could just keep, you abreast of all the hijinks after you went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So the penis on the head is like for you the next morning.
Oh, yeah.
But
Really, it's for anybody who sees you the
it's
next
for
morning.
anybody anywhere.
Anywhere.
But
For you, when you first walk into the bathroom in the middle of the night to take a piss,
absolutely.
and now you're awake.
But now with the technology of today, you can do things in the moment, and just decorate them. You can put shades on them, crazy hats, wigs, shape up their hair a little bit, give them a fade.
See,
You know what
I always had the biggest issue with pranks played on me when I was asleep.
Yeah.
Like, I'm down for pranks. I'll prank people. I'm okay with getting pranked. But when I'm asleep, I
That's
always
sacred
had
time right there.
the biggest issue with it. Like, this is like my safety zone. Like, this is
Right.
my quiet time. This is me. And
Now-
when you start messing with me when I'm asleep, then I wake up enraged.
In all fairness, out of all the human beings that I have known, you have had the quality of being able to fall asleep in any scenario, no matter
That's
what
true.
the noise level or environment is around you. Like, I have seen you pass out like dead heat of a party.
I think you passed out on this show before.
There's actually, that was 16. I think it was episode 16.
I one time passed out, and this is true, at a Latin dance club. We were at a Latin dance
mid
club.
salsa.
Everybody was out dancing. We were with a whole big group of people, and some of the ladies in the group were like, come on, dance. So I went out there and I danced for a little bit, and then I came back, sat at the table, ordered a beer. Next thing I know, my friend Katie is kicking me in the shin. Like, dude, we're in a Latin dance club. The music is very loud.
Yeah.
There is a Spanish guy over the PA, like, just
What's he sound
screaming
like?
things
Give us
in
something.
Spanish. Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
Come on, let's do your best Spanish guy over.
But like it's loud. The walls have like giant flashing lights on them, and I'm just at the table.
Yep.
Baila, 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 siempre, baila. Something like that, you know?
Only more rapid with a lot of excitement at the very end.
Like it's got like laser sounds.
No, like you're building up to something, and then you get to the end, and it's the climax. Woohoo!
All right.
Yeah.
I wish you hadn't done that on the microphone.
Yep, that was for you.
That was rude.
Yeah.
You know we have listeners. And
Well, it means a lot to me that I could do it to you.
right?
Right
Well,
here, right
I appreciate
now.
it. I appreciate anything that means a lot.
But yeah, I can fall asleep just about anywhere.
And because of that, I feel like you have suffered more consequences. Because of your capabilities, your power set,
Your narcolepsy.
the skills,
Whatever you want to call
the
it.
skills that you possess, you are able to just be like, break time. And boom,
people screw
when
with
break time is over, pranks have been played. It's not fair. It's very juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
But
Never liked
But it's
it.
funny.
But
it
you
can
know,
be.
it's pretty funny.
See, what I would do, and this is because I'm kind of evil, is that, I'd let you fall asleep. And you'd wake up, nothing's wrong. But then you'd start getting pictures of things that had happened while you were asleep to you. That's how I would prank somebody who's passed out in a precarious state.
So vulnerable.
Yeah, so you'd wake up and you're like, oh, okay, everything's fine.
It's like, be a man. Prank
And
prank someone when
and then
they're
you get-
awake.
Then you get a text, you're like, what is in my mouth?
That is a
What is
random
this?
nipple pressed against my forehead. Like, whose nipple is it?
No idea.
Couldn't really tell you from this angle.
Now, see, I always had no problem taking pictures and having pictures taken of me when I'm like drunkenly passed out because that can be fun. But don't fucking touch me. Like, leave me alone. Take all the pictures you want, but man, let a dude get some sleep. Like, let me get a few winks in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and be a man. Prank someone when they're awake so that you can suffer the consequences of your prank.
Now,
Like, face it like a man.
in retaliation, and I completely agree with you, but because I devil's advocate every scenario I come across,
Yes, you do.
what was the deal I made?
Mm-hmm.
I would say
You just ruined something for someone.
you could retire a little bit earlier than pass out mid-party at the Latin club or whatever. Like, like in that situation where maybe you're not the driver or you are the designated driver or something and you're helping friends out, I get it. But at like house parties at your house when you have a bed, like you have a place to be asleep and not in the middle
That's
of
true.
the party.
It's true.
And you're like, no, I just passed out for a second.
I
You'll do
refuse to give up on a party.
You'll do the hard suck through the nose and wipe your face. No, I'm awake.
I'm fine.
I'm good. I didn't
I'm
mean
fine.
to pass out. And then 10 minutes will go by, and I'll be like, Justin, you want to wake back up? Oh, my God. Now you're taking up 2 spots on the couch.
And I think that's where the pranks really come from, is when you've made yourself an obstacle.
Right? Like, people gave you a fair opportunity, and you were like, fuck you and your fair opportunity. You know whose couch this is? It's my couch.
Yeah. I think it's if you just fell asleep in one seat and you're you're in the corner of the couch over here, you're not in anybody's way. Most times people will just be like, just leave him alone. But if you're like across the couch,
See, but I don't do
Or
that
if you're-
unless it's a situation where there's only I don't do that in a house party situation. If we're all sitting around watching TV and I already have a couch to myself, yeah, I'm going to kick my feet up. And yes, that is going to increase my chances of falling asleep exponentially. And I will eventually
it
fall
goes from
asleep.
something to
but-
99%.
I have like no chance of like getting in anybody's way because I'm all the way tucked over here on my own little couch, unless like 5 other people show up, in which case I shouldn't be held responsible for that. I didn't know they were coming. I was asleep. By the way, 6 people are coming to the house. Oh, Justin's taking up 2 spots on the love seat.
No,
Except typically
Let's
I see
draw
you
a
on
dick
the
on
full
his face.
now, in all fairness, you do actually sleep very still. Like, you don't really sprawl. Like, I've seen you, like, sleep in a position that I know your arm went to sleep probably like 5-10 minutes into that position.
Yeah.
And you'll be there 3-4 hours. And I'll be like, there's no way he knows that arm exists.
No,
He
see,
does, like, he's dreaming about being like a one-armed man right now.
it's the weirdest thing. Like when I get myself into a weird position where sometimes I'm laying directly on my arm, I get comfortable with like just that mild numbing sensation. And if I wake up, when I lay back down to go to sleep, I try and find that really awkward, painful position again because that was where I was set. Like that was my set mode. And I will wake up like laying directly on my arm, be like, oh, this is so comfortable. I don't want to move. Like just like slapping myself on the other side. Like, yeah, that's nice.
Oh, no, I cannot tolerate it.
Oh.
The numbness, like, if I get
Now,
any amount of-
sometimes I'll wake up and I'll have been sleeping on both arms, and then I'll
you just wake up and you Jim Carrey yourself, start flailing about and see what you can do.
it's wild.
I remember years ago when I was maybe a teenager, I would go down to Florida to see my cousin for a weekend or something like that. And I don't know what it was about the bed that I slept on at his house, but like every night I would wake up in the middle of the night and my arm would just be asleep. Same arm every time, same position, and I just wake up like, what the fuck? And like, yeah.
Where you're using your other arm to like
I would, yeah, I would have to. I would have to
like,
like move it
your arm
around.
where
Like,
it,
okay,
like-
I gotta get back to sleep and like put it somewhere.
You got to put it somewhere it makes sense.
Yeah.
Underneath you, where it can go numb and you can ignore it.
not me. Like I have to wake it up. I would rather experience the pins and needles, and I hate the pins and needles. They are devastating sometimes.
So,
But that numb feeling where I'm just like carrying
yeah,
my
just
own
a dead
body
arm.
around,
Just
like,
dead weight. Like I did not realize how heavy my arm was. Like this is a feast
Usually,
for like a
usually
whole
holds
bunch of
itself.
people.
Like,
If this were
I
just
could
a slab of meat, then
6 or 7 zombies with this right here.
Yeah.
just lose the arm and run.
You got 2 perfectly good get out of zombie jail cards right here.
Oh
Once
man,
you're out of those, though, don't try and
no,
hop
you
away.
spent all your cards. No,
Throw a toe or something. It's not gonna do.
now see, like pins and needles, I've obviously hated pins and needles. I can get over it in like my hands and my arms, but when it's like on the feet and the calves, it is rough. Like
And it's
all
almost-
I want to
it's
do
like
is sit
fire
back
on the
down.
inside.
Yeah.
Like I'll stand up. All I want to do is sit right back down, and it doesn't help. Like once
it starts, it's there.
once you've like released that pressure and allowed that blood to start flowing back in, it's over. Like you are going to go through it.
Yep.
Just try not to fall over when you're walking, and that's the biggest thing you can do.
And I assume it's just like probably just capillaries re-expanding quickly. I
don't know the science behind it, but
or maybe it could just be like a lack of oxygen to the nerves, and then all of a sudden when the oxygen comes back, like
then they're screaming at you.
then they're like, "What have you been doing to me?" Something
Are you
along
looking it
those
up?
lines.
I am looking it up.
Yeah.
I was very
I
curious.
mean, it's definitely circulation based. We
Yeah.
know that for sure. So it's
Totally,
something
for
to
sure.
do with cutting off the flow of blood, which is only point of blood is right to take vitamins and nutrients and oxygen around the body,
As far as I know.
right? So that's where I'm going with it. Ask Jason anything.
And he'll ask Google.
And I will give you the best bullshit I can come up with.
Yeah. What you got?
Huh?
All right. Pins and needles, also known as paresthesia, is a sensation of uncomfortable tingling or prickling, usually felt in the hands and feet. The affected area is sometimes said to have fallen asleep. A common cause is leaning or lying awkwardly on a limb, which either presses against the nerves or reduces the blood supply to the local area. Changing position quickly restores normal feeling. Any numbness is soon replaced by a tingling or prickling sensation as the nerves start sending messages again to the brain and the spinal cord. So it is...
Both of the answers that I came up with are correct.
It said nothing about capillaries, sir. Basically what it's saying is that the nerves have lost the ability to send communication to the brain because of the lack of blood supply, and now that it has blood supply, it can send messages back. So it's like sending those messages back up to the brain. So it's not actually anything happening, it's just your nerves saying, hey, yo, we're here. What up?
We're still here.
We're still alive for now.
Everything is terrible.
Paresthesia.
Why is pain the first sensory that comes back up?
Because
Would you prefer a tickle?
Because I think that in my opinion, I think that just about every physical sensation is on a scale of pain.
I mean, I'd prefer an orgasm.
Which can be on that scale of pain. It's
Oh.
See, then I would understand him be like every night I go to sleep, both arms
Both
just tucked
arms.
up
just
underneath
wait,
me.
just wait.
Sometimes I sleep on my neck.
All right.
and I wake up and oh my god,
It's wonderful
It
every
is- it
time.
is
You know what?
wonderful.
I think that's exactly why it's not that way.
right? People would never get anything done.
No, you never go to work or anything. He's like, I'm putting my arm asleep.
Yep. I'm just gonna tourniquet something real quick. Just give me a couple seconds.
Yep.
Gross.
Yep.
Yep.
No,
you are.
no one would have sex anymore. They'd just be by themselves. Like, I could do it better myself. Thank you.
Or they would just be tying each other off.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah.
All the like, hey,
Well, I
babe,
guess suddenly autoerotic fixation
hey, babe, you want to come tie
makes
me
more
off?
sense.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Want to tie me off?
Yeah, hey girl, you want to come tie me off? And then we're like, I'm not a junkie, dude.
I was about to say, it sounds more like a drug reference.
Right? I don't.
I don't know. I feel like with Jason saying it, no matter what the words are, it would come across as sexual.
Yeah, creepy to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's very few
Hey,
things
baby,
that I can say that don't
you
have
want to tie me
That part
off?
was already creepy.
an
Yep.
edge of creep.
You want to come tie me off?
Do you?
No.
I mean, because I got like
No.
Mm-mm.
all day.
No.
Nope.
Mm,
No.
thank you.
Preemptive.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Ah.
So about that favorite planet, Dave.
Favorite planet.
Favorite
Pluto.
planet, Pluto.
Is it because it's the iffy planet?
I believe its planethood has been reinstated.
Has
it
it?
has.
It has been reinstated.
Did they
yeah.
change the qualifications?
I don't know the.
Because wasn't it just
precise
because it
circumstances.
was deemed too small to be a planet? Wasn't
It
that
was
the issue?
technically like a big ass asteroid or something. I think is what they were.
Well,
calling
they called it a planetoid, as if it were almost a planet, but not quite big enough.
Like adding oid at the end of something makes it better or worse.
Sure,
Like an
Mhm.
asteroid or planetoid. Like,
meteoroid.
yep. Oh,
I don't know.
man.
But yeah, I like I like Pluto because it was mostly because of the size of it. Like it's from what isn't it like the size of Rhode Island or something? It's something ridiculously small compared to every other planet.
Is it smaller than Mercury?
Yeah, it was the smallest planet.
Okay. Because I thought we just assumed it was the smallest planet because it was the furthest away.
No, it just literally is the smallest because it's. I don't remember exactly how big it is, but it's compared to something on Earth, it's like ridiculously
Mercury must be the second smallest
small. Oh
planet.
yeah, it is.
Because that's a fast little bugger.
Yeah. But
Yes,
Albert,
it is.
How
Now-
Fast
big,
little bugger.
how big is Pluto?
He just drew a picture
Of
of a moon.
Of some sort of celestial body.
some spherical planet thing,
Yeah, something round with craters on it.
like the
Like a moon.
Not a moon, the moon.
Yes. A lot like the moon.
There's only one moon.
Also a lot like a moon.
That's something that I don't know why. I guess because I used to really be into astronomy, but something that always irritated me was when people talk about some other planets' moons, and there aren't any. That's not what that is. The moon is the name that we gave to our natural satellite. Whereas like that, and that's what these other moons are. They're natural satellites of these other planets.
Now, where did moon come from?
No idea.
Okay, because Earth came from the word that means dirt.
Yeah.
Like, and I think I saw something recently that actually made fun of that. Might have been in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
That sounds like something that would be in there.
Yeah, where they talk about Earth means dirt.
And yeah, moon means moon, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's referred to. It's
But when
in
you say
the science world, it's called a
Jupiter's
natural
moons,
satellite.
it's Jupiter's satellites.
Yeah.
Jupiter's orbiting satellites.
natural satellites. Yeah.
So
As
according
opposed to an artificial satellite that we send up into space.
Yeah, I don't think Jupiter's got any of those. Do
So
they?
according
I don't
to this graphic, Pluto actually has 2 natural satellites called Hydra and Nix. Hydra is roughly the size of Denver, Colorado, and Nix is about half that size. Pluto looks like it would stretch from California all the way to about Missouri
Okay. So it's like
in diameter.
it's a super small.
It is less than a fifth of the size of planet Earth.
Yeah. That's super tiny,
That's very small.
especially when you compare it to things like Jupiter, which
Yes.
is absolutely enormous.
That you
which
could
is-
fit every planet in the entire solar system within Jupiter, and it would still have plenty of space.
And then the sun is even bigger than that.
Yeah, you could fit several Jupiters into the sun.
Yeah. In case, anybody here is like 3rd grade and didn't know all of this stuff. But
Or if you're a flat Earth theorist,
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
yeah, you're just, oh man, you hate yourself.
Like woefully,
Have you seen that? It was like a tweet or
willfully
something
underinformed.
where someone's like, people all over the globe believe that the Earth is flat, and someone else is like, read that again.
People all over the
Disc.
I would say my namesake makes me say Mars. It
Okay.
literally forces me to say Mars. But actually, I'm a big fan of Jupiter.
It
And
doesn't
I looked to
literally
the side.
do
and-
anything.
Huh?
It doesn't force you to do anything.
You don't know that.
I do.
You don't know what's going on inside me.
Circulation.
Would you like to see?
Yep. Let's open you up.
All right. Scalpel.
So why Jupiter?
Because of the Earth-sized raging storm that never quits.
The
I'm a-
red dot.
I'm a big fan of that storm.
Yeah.
And because it's like a more intense storm than like it would probably rip Earth in half, like the
I
level
mean,
of
if it's the size of the Earth, yes, I imagine it would.
right, like that
Turbulence.
kind of. I'm a big fan of storms.
Yeah.
I haven't been struck by lightning yet, so as long as that maintains, I'm gonna stay a big fan of storms. And I just think like, oh, the amount of power that would be in a storm of that size that's
Yeah.
just like been going on as long as man has been aware of itself.
Right. Or as long as we've been aware of Jupiter.
Yeah, or
At least.
at least that long for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, it could be a Schrodinger storm that we were just like it didn't appear until we looked, and it was like we're kind of boring. Let's let's
They're paying attention.
yeah, let's Schrodinger up a storm real quick. Is that the sound it would make? I noticed you were making an effect. Right? Because
See, I don't know. I feel like I'd have to go Saturn. Saturn is just it's unique
you're a ring guy, huh?
in so many ways. It's just very like
So you
I've-
liked it, so you put a ring on?
yeah. Well, technically the ring was already there, but I kind of took credit for it.
Oh, okay.
So you're like the golem of Saturn.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
I got it.
But I don't know. I
The
find the
golem
rings the
Yeah.
rings are
The precious.
Oh, Gollum.
What did I say?
Golem.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm imagining like this
You know,
construct made out of rock. or
a
something.
Jewish construct.
Yeah, there you go. But no, I find the rings like very beautiful, and I think the like just the way that they formed and how perfect they appear it's really, really fascinating.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's all around just one giant gaseous orb is really cool.
Is it Neptune or Uranus also has rings?
It would be Uranus.
Uranus?
Well, I don't know if it has rings on it or not, Dave. If you do, you should go see a doctor immediately.
Lyme disease. It's not a big.
Yeah. Uranus. Uranus.
I think they changed that to your rectum.
Mm.
I don't think they did.
All right, well, this has been fun. I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah. I like that empty
You
threat.
should be ashamed.
I am.
Ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, totally. All about it.
Well, somebody has to be the moral compass around here, Jason.
Now, here on TalkyBox, we actually we don't support terrible jokes. We just say them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Don't laugh at the things
Yeah,
we
we're
say.
we're not proud of what we do. We are. You can't fight the feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Not anymore.
I don't think you do. I hope you subscribe though.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. All right. Let's see. How about
How about it?
offensive?
Yeah,
Huh?
that's exactly what I find you.
Right? A lot of people find me offensive.
Right.
Yes.
And it's because I'm kind of aggro. I'm not one of those anxious, don't get in their face, don't make a scene kind of people. I'm one of those like, let's get to the bottom of this in the most dramatic fashion that we could possibly come up with.
Yes.
So offensive. What do you find offensive, Justin, Bobby? Like when was the last time you can remember being offended?
Offended. I like to think that for the most part I have a decently tough skin, but I find like just disrespect in general, I think is
Cocks on your forehead?
yeah,
Is
I find that
the last
offensive. Just general disrespect. I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot that offends me personally, but I do get offended for other people and for other groups of people at times when, you see something and you're like, that is just wrong. Like everything about that is wrong and you're an offensive person for thinking that way or feeling that way or saying that thing. But in terms of things that like offend me personally, where I'm like taken aback with offense, that's not much. What about you? What's offensive to you the most? Like the offender?
Well, I mean, I also am quite tolerant. Generally, I do get touchy about over criticizing, which is very hypocritical of me.
I hate it when people do what I'm about to do.
Yeah, like I criticize a lot, but I also I take a lot of time and thought with my criticism. A lot of folks, I feel like they criticize just off the cuff,
Yeah.
without really, and then they don't think like, oh wait, I'm guilty of all of these things that I just said. So extreme criticism usually offends me. People insulting my level of intelligence based on my level of education.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
assuming, oh, he joined the Marine Corps, he didn't go to college, he's probably got about an 82, 83 IQ. Like, I probably shouldn't talk about politics or anything important with this guy because he doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
And that kind of mentality that, not patronize, but
Condescension?
Condescension,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Looking down on someone was what I was about to say. Condescension is a much better word.
It's
Yeah.
funny you bring that up.
That's fair. Condescension definitely is offensive.
I that happens to me every now and then. Not because it's mostly because people don't know. And I was, as I've said before, I'm a server at a restaurant as day job. Sometimes I'm also a cook. But just the other day, I had a guest ask me if I ever thought about going to college, and I informed her that I did. I have a degree in broadcasting. I've been to college.
TalkyBox. Did you pitch TalkyBox to her?
No, I didn't.
Ah.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah, it really showed her.
But yeah, I
Give
thought.
her a what for?
But I've had that happen before. Like multiple people, like they see a server, they see someone who's I'm in my 30s, and they just assume because I'm an older guy.
Oh dear, you've made
that-
some poor
Yeah,
choices.
that I never went to school. I've never had aspirations or whatever.
Okay.
And I let them know like, no, I've done it.
You
I got
poor,
dreams.
Yeah.
I got
you
hopes.
poor, worthless sack of garbage.
But yeah, I'll get that refill.
You ever
for
think
in a
about
sec.
learning things? You ever felt like you might want to learn some things?
Yeah, why don't you tell me about things I should learn, big fat lady?
You worthless person.
But I've been at parties. Like a lot of times, I experience it in social environments where people aren't very familiar with one another. So like part of the whole introductory phase is like, oh, what do you do for a living? And like that's just how adults
Right.
greet each other for some reason. Like,
What do you do?
let me go ahead and figure everything about you out, by what it is that your career is.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're an assistant manager at Arby's. Well, I'm thinking failure.
Do you make a lot of money? No.
The silence, I can hear it. It's echoing,
I can hear your poorness.
right?
I can hear the echo of your empty wallet.
Yeah, you're like the,
Nothing in there, eh?
You're like the Monopoly card where the guy's got his pockets all.
Yeah.
Your Scrooge McDuck vault is completely empty.
I actually remember a
Skating
time.
around in your
You
Scrooge
should sell
McDuck.
your vault.
Right?
Like,
I feel like you could make some money off
you
of
could
that.
definitely fill
You
a
just use
smaller
your
vault.
Scrooge McDuck vault to skateboard around in and do ollies
Yeah.
and flips.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
sell it as a skate park.
I remember a
for
time
rich
when you were dating a girl. Who I'm
It's
not gonna.
it's
name.
true.
Yeah, one time. I'm not gonna name who it is, but she had recently graduated from college,
Don't
and we were all having a conversation. You, me, her, and another person that was there, and she arbitrarily really made mention that she felt she was the smartest one in the room because she had a degree. Apparently, not knowing that I had a degree, and just assuming that because of that she was then the smartest person in the room, which we all were like, honey, no.
That's not the way brains work.
Yeah.
And not to condescend, but honey, no.
No.
No. You just said something real dumb.
Yeah, you said something quite offensive, and we're just going to placate ourselves by pretending you were too dumb to realize how offensive it was. But I actually
Either that
don't
or
know.
She did apologize for it.
I don't
as
know
recall,
which
but-
girlfriend this is because I've sort of dated a myriad of folks.
I'll let you know later.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
but I imagine it was one of them with a college education, which
Yep.
is actually most of my lady friends. Most of my lady friends have been better educated than me.
Well, they paid for better education.
Right. I mean, like better
Formal education.
formal,
Mhm.
papered,
Yeah.
backed education.
Education with proof.
Yeah.
Like I was at a party.
There's a signature from a dude who got a lot of education saying that you have now been educated.
Yeah, I was at a party recently, and like some cool folks were there, but they were like, "Oh, what's your specialty?" And it was like, "Oh, biology." Like, "What's your specialty?" "Oh, computer science." "Oh, what's your specialty?" And I've been keeping up with them in conversation about all sorts of different
Right.
things of an intelligent nature. And what's your specialty? Life. And then of course you get that like, "Oh, that's what people say that don't have a specialty." Like kind of look.
We've
I'm
been
really
talking
good
to a
at
dumb person this whole time.
everything.
You fake the funk quite well, sir. Do you have someone in your ear? Are you wearing an earpiece?
For a moment there, I thought you were intelligent. I suppose I better go wash out my ears.
Is there a
of your
Cyrano de
stupid.
Bergerac, like an intelligent fellow, like whispering secrets into your ear so you can keep up with us?
I have to go wash out all this
That's
stupid.
actually, these guys were nothing like that. They were actually they were much nicer than that. But
Yeah.
just in case they watch and subscribe,
Which they should be.
which definitely should be,
If they were smart, they would.
yeah,
Mm.
because I don't want to have to visit these guys because they throw cool parties and I probably wouldn't leave for a while
No.
until I started to smell.
Yep, you just get caught with your foot in your mouth.
They don't have a shower.
Don't be
at their
gross.
place?
I do have foot mouth.
Don't be gross.
Why do you have foot mouth?
I don't know. I think that's a disease that people used to have.
It is a disease that people still do have. And when we say people, we mean babies.
Oh. Well, that's
Foot and
gross.
mouth disease. Because they're putting their foot in their mouth.
Is that for real? Or are you just making stuff up?
No, foot and mouth disease, I'm pretty sure is a real thing for babies.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've heard of foot and mouth disease, but I didn't think it was so cut and dry.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure
usually
it's babies.
Well, I mean, babies makes plenty of sense if foot and mouth are the actual reasons that it's called foot and mouth disease.
Hey, talking to your actual microphone for a second.
My actual microphone, am I not coming in real
No, it's coming in kind of low.
kind of low? Yeah, well, I'll just talk louder, I guess.
I'll just talk louder than
I'll
ever.
just talk loud. But yeah, foot and mouth disease, I always just assumed it was like some kind of equestrian thing, legitimately.
Hand, foot, and mouth disease, also called HFMD, a common children's virus causing sores on the mouth and a rash on the hands and feet.
Because they keep putting them all together.
It's not a circulation thing?
Turn you up a little bit.
No, sir.
Hey, Dave, could you turn me up a little bit?
Nope.
All right. Well, while you're over there, could you eat a whole bag of wet dicks?
They have to be wet.
And the bag could be any size you choose.
Is it a paper bag that is also wet?
No, because that would not keep the dicks very well.
That's true.
Like
That's why I chose that bag, because all the dicks fell out.
If he manhandles that dick bag, like a dick could slip out at any second.
That's one of those weird colloquialisms, too. The suck a bag of dicks. Like, that's a very vague statement.
And it's a relatively fresh colloquialism.
It is, and I think Louis C.K. had a conversation about that once on a thing that he did, but he brought up some good points, as in, like, do you just suck on the bag? Because that's technically what you said.
Yeah.
Or
are you taking each dick out individually?
Now,
how many
I
dicks
say
are in there?
Eat
Are they
a bag of dicks, as in actually ingest them all?
and the bag?
And I mean, technically, it's just the bag of dicks. You wouldn't really, because like
I feel like in that sense, like the way you're saying it, the bag is like a unit of measurement to like determine how many dicks you need to eat.
Exactly. If you ate
Now,
a
if you
bag
said-
of candy, you wouldn't eat the bag and the candy.
Now, if you said go eat a bag full of dicks, then you're implying that the bag itself must be consumed, at least in my opinion.
Or
give
if
you
I
that.
wanted to get real detailed with it, which is generally
Or
how
unless
I
you said a
prefer to
bag full.
offend, I
Bag
would
full
say
of dicks.
eat a bag of dicks and then eat the dick bag.
Dick bag.
Yeah,
Dick
just
bag.
so that I could continue with a more intricate offense, because that's how I like it. I
The
like
more
it.
times you say dick,
Right.
inherently, the more offensive it
the
gets.
more
This is
complicated-
already one of the most offensive episodes we've recorded,
really
just by the number of times we've said bags of dicks.
I mean,
Bag's
go eat a
not
bag
being the
of dicks.
offensive part.
what about I mean, could you say like a bag of clits? Would it have the same? It doesn't really have, because like clits are kind of fun sized, you know. So like they'd be like, it'd be harder to like. You wouldn't really have to fight your way through a bag of clits. That's all I'm saying.
I don't want to have this conversation, but let's be honest, you can fit a lot more clits in a bag.
You could,
Depending on the size of the bag, but
I mean, feel free to change the subject. We could talk about other offensive things. You're the one that couldn't come up with offensive material, so I decided to open the floodgates. Hey, Dave.
yeah.
How about you?
What do you find offensive?
Have you ever been offended recently? Besides,
Mostly just by your face. But no, like you guys, I don't get offended by a lot of things. I find myself upset by things.
Have bad hair.
No, I don't.
Yeah, bullshit doesn't offend me.
Yeah, that doesn't offend me. You're just jealous.
Lies.
But no, like there are things that I find, I guess offensive technically fits, but like there are things that really irritate me, like abuse.
Okay. Yep.
Verbal or physical abuse, emotional abuse, and I guess that's technically offended. I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of. I feel like that's. I get it, right? But then, everybody. That's everybody. I'm looking for Dave specific.
That should be everybody.
It should be. That's like murder offends me.
Yeah.
Like serial killers offend me. Serial rapists, they offend me.
Yeah.
But that's. I'm not going
Well,
for
the
that.
reason I bring it up is because a lot, like I've had on multiple occasions, people come to me to tell me about their stories of this. I don't know why. I don't mind that they come to me.
As a victim or as an offender.
As
Like,
victims of
I
abuse
killed
and-
some people,
and-
Dave. Trust me when I tell you this, bro.
No, people. I've had mostly girls come. Talk to me about times that they've been abused, and a lot of times some of them don't realize that that's what's going on. And not that I mind them coming to me about it. I'm happy to help it in any way that I can, but yeah, that's just what's on my mind, I guess, at the moment when it comes to that stuff. But
Yeah, specific instances of being offended. Like I feel like they're few and far between, like that I can recall.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I cannot believe that person just said that or that person just did that thing.
Mm-hmm.
What about cutting you off in traffic?
I don't get offended.
No,
Like,
just
it's
angry.
not like how dare you. I don't feel
What if
disrespected.
they do it with full awareness? Like, what if they make eye contact with you and you're like, what? And they're like, and they zip past you, boom, cut you off. As though, like, they just said to you, hey, man, eat a bag of dicks. And then cut you off. Like, is that offensive or is that tough skin?
Well, I feel like
Do you just let that ride?
are
or-
they attacking me personally, or are they driving around me like that's what you get for driving a silver car, you prick,
Or that's
and then
what
driving
you get for
away?
driving 55 in a 55, you prick.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot. We live in Atlanta. I don't know if
Mhm.
you guys are aware of this. We live in the near Atlanta area, and Atlanta's a big area,
Yeah.
and the traffic is awful.
It's
Oh,
atrocious.
it's very demanding.
Not the worst, but it's probably top 10. It's probably
It's-
top
yeah.
10 in the U.S.
It's very demanding too. If the speed limit is 70 and you are going any less than 78,
you are
people
gonna-
are flashing their lights at you and acting like you're the asshole.
That's true.
How dare you
Did
go 65 in the middle lane?
I don't
and-
know if we've mentioned this on the show before. There was maybe 10 years ago now, longer than that actually. There was a group of kids from Georgia State who did this experiment on 285. 285 is a big circle around Atlanta, and basically the posted speed limit was 55 miles an hour. And so these kids lined their cars up on 285 and went 55 miles an hour, and it backed up traffic for miles. And
I believe it.
it caught like it was basically to show that 55 is too slow to go on 285, or at least everyone else believes it is.
Reasonably.
that their posted speeds are ridiculous, in so that not a single motorist obeys
Yeah.
that posted speed.
Yep.
Which enables them to ticket whoever they want, like at selection. Like I
Pretty
will
much,
pull
yeah.
this person over because they're going too fast because they have to go too
But
fast.
I've never seen anyone pulled over on 285 before. I've driven 285 for years and years. I've never seen someone pulled over for speeding on 285.
Well, I don't know if it was for speeding, but I've definitely seen
Have you?
motorists pulled over on 285.
Not me. It's too easy to weave in and out of traffic and get away, I think, yeah. But they did that, and I remember seeing the video of these kids doing that, and there was cars going in the emergency lane, like trying to squeeze past because it, like I said, it backed up for hours and hours.
I believe it.
And even there was a
And they
van parked on the side of the road, and one of the cars that went by clipped the side of the van as it was going by and just kept on going.
And I think that all of those people were actually like ticketed, but then the tickets were like repealed or whatnot.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't ticket them for obeying the law.
Oh no, it was because it was
They were impeding the flow of traffic.
yeah. It was like
How? They were going the posted speed limit. How are they impeding the speed
You're
of
not
traffic?
you're not allowed to line cars up like that. You have to give.
and law is a lot about intent.
Yeah.
And considering they had cameras and they had like a team of
Mhm.
people that all had the intent of stopping traffic, like they knew
Yeah.
that
They-
it was the speed limit wasn't being obeyed, but they still went in it with the intent of impeding traffic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
So-
think
But
it
it-
should be an eye opener for
You think
the
it would
city
be,
planners.
Which
right?
it was. They've it's not the case anymore. Now they have the changing
Fluctua- yeah,
speed limits,
Changing speed limits.
which I usually see around 65 now.
yeah, normally
which
it's
is a lot
60,
better.
65.
But
It's
it
only
was-
during like really horrendous traffic that they drop it to 45.
Yeah, but it was really it was kind of eye opening to see some of the because they had people posted up on overpasses with cameras to look out over, and you literally could not see the end of the traffic. Like you would see this line of cars coming towards you, and it just went on for miles until it actually just went over the horizon. It was crazy to see.
Yep, ruined a lot of people's days.
Oh yeah, and
Ruined a
and
lot
from
of
what I
days.
understand, like traffic was messed up for it like well into the evening because of it.
I believe it.
Because they did this around like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So
Mhm.
It's pretty screwed up.
yeah,
But that's a proper protest. You know?
I
That's-
agree.
That's a thoughtful protest. Like let's use their messed up improperly applied laws
Yep.
to show them how messed up and improperly applied their laws
The
are.
funny thing, I think we all see that, and we agree with the intent of the experiment they did. But if any of us had been in that traffic,
Oh man, fuck those guys.
Oh.
Is what I would be saying the entire time. Like, this is no time to be doing this stupid experiment. I've got places to go.
I've got video games to play. I kind of got to take a shit. I just got to go home.
The nearest exit is like 4 miles away. I'm going like a mile every 25 minutes.
I mean, everybody was going 55. Just
Well, everybody was going 55 until you get to the merge lanes
yeah,
where
they come
where
on
it's
down.
just a sheet of cars and
Yeah.
you're like, how do I get into this? I'm going 55, but no one is letting me in.
Nope.
Backing it up. Just backing it up.
I'm not sure what that hand motion.
Right?
Backing it up.
Yeah, I'm not.
They
that
can't
was
see
creepy.
it. They
Yeah.
can't
I was made uncomfortable by that motion.
Yeah, I was offended.
Yep. That's mark number 1.
Backing it up.
Doing it repeatedly doesn't make it less offensive, I don't think.
I'm more offended.
I was. It's all for you.
No, let me tell you my racist joke one more time.
Maybe you didn't get it. Yeah.
Like, no, bro.
We got it. We just didn't want it.
I got it. It's
Yeah.
just I've heard way funnier racist jokes.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna go racist with it, it better be funny.
Yeah.
Don't give me a weak racist joke. Ugh. People, man, they're disappointing.
Drink your own Kool-Aid,
Myself
Jason.
included.
Drink your own Kool-Aid, bro.
Hey,
Hey.
hey,
If you're gonna
Drink
make
your own
Kool-Aid, you
Kool-Aid.
should be drinking it, right?
right?
Yeah.
What am I, like a cult? Some kind of church cult? Making Kool-Aid and then not drinking it?
I mean, you're the one who's drawing these conclusions. All I told you to do is drink your own Kool-Aid.
I'm just saying that's messed up. If you're making poisonous Kool-Aid and serving it to people and you're not even going to drink it,
How do you know if you got the poison right?
I'm offended.
right? Like, what are you planning on, just like robbing them? That seems like a lot of work. I don't understand what you're doing. Maybe you should go home and consider your life. Just think about all the things you've done and then maybe do some of that.
You just destroyed
Whatever
the
that
entire
was.
mystery, man. It was hidden behind the frame. You ruined the mystery.
Oh, it wasn't hidden. They could
Yeah,
tell
it
by our
was.
expressions. What
Right.
you were doing.
Right. They were supposed to infer exactly
Yeah.
what the hand motion was,
Yep.
and you just revealed it. Or did he?
Or did I?
He did. He
Yes.
ruined
Yeah,
everything.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not
Like
that
like
good.
he normally does.
I'm a ruiner.
It's true. I've
Yep.
seen you do it
An
time and
offensive
time
ruiner.
and time and time
Aztecs,
and time again.
That was me.
Mm-hmm.
Mayans.
Incans?
Not me, but I knew the guy.
So what you're saying is you have a problem with people with brown skin.
No, I'm saying that I ruin stuff.
For people with brown skin.
For people with brown skin.
Mainly for our southern brothers.
I can't help but notice you're avoiding saying it.
What's that?
Brown people. You ruin brown people.
I mean, from the inside out. What the fuck? What? I don't know. Y'all are going to keep asking stupid questions.
I
I'm
wasn't
gonna
asking
keep
anything. Don't
pushing
lump
the
me
level.
in.
I'll make this envelope intolerable.
You've
Like,
already
if you want to continue to try and make me feel awkward, like, I will make you regret ever saying brown people. I'll have 5 brown people here within an hour, all making you feel real.
You couldn't have got
weird.
him here an hour ago to be on the show?
I could have.
Didn't.
Well,
Should have.
I'll try next time.
So you're saying you didn't try this time?
I definitely didn't try this time.
I didn't
And
think
based
so.
on the motion you just made to the camera, you're not going to try next time either.
No,
Yeah.
no. I tried to get an olive guy here, and that didn't work out. And I tried to get like a kind of a sunburned looking guy here, and that didn't really work out either.
No.
I tried to get Destiny to come back.
Yeah.
She didn't come
And
back.
she
Reached
said
out to-
maybe. No.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd like to if I have time, which I definitely don't intend to have. So
Yep.
we'll just go ahead and pretend like I'd like to.
And she very well may like to.
She probably would like to. She'd probably
Mhm.
like to have time to do a lot more things.
Yep.
Intent.
Hmm?
Intent.
Hmm?
Intense.
Like camping.
Like camping.
God damn it.
It's the only pun I like. Actually.
It's
It's literally the only pun I like.
I've always liked that one.
Oh, Hackney. So Hackney.
Camping is intense.
Oh, man. It's awful.
We're gonna end it on that one. Actually,
I think
Are we?
that's
Has
a high note. That's
yeah, we're gonna end the show on that.
Has
Camping is intense.
Has it been an hour?
Yeah,
it has been an hour.
Oh, man. What's your favorite planet? Oh, wait.
Still Pluto.
Justin already stole that question from me.
Well, that's it for this week. Like, subscribe, all the things that we wrote on the board.
Yeah,
Hail
all those
Hydra.
things.
Don't hail Hydra.
I love you.
Have a great night.
Also, Hail Hydra.